Book title, Heaven's Forsaken, The Agony of an Eternal Love, written and copyright by A. A. Castor. Book 2, Scene 23, Cardinal Alexander's Ambition. Interior Vatican, early morning. The Vatican halls are bustling with activity. Priests and cardinals move with purpose, their robes rustling in the quiet grandeur of the ancient halls. Among them is a younger Cardinal Alexander, his sharp eyes scanning his surroundings. He is a man of ambition, dressed in the traditional red cassock and zucchetto, but there is an air of cunning about him that sets him apart. Cardinal Alexander, this place, so full of power and yet so blind. They do not see what I see. They do not understand what it takes to lead. Interior, private quarters, Lede. Cardinal Alexander sits at a desk covered with papers and letters. He is deep in thought, his fingers tapping rhythmically on the wooden surface. A knock at the door breaks his concentration. Cardinal Alexander, enter. The door opens, revealing a nervous young priest. He carries a stack of documents and approaches the cardinal with trepidation. Your Eminence, the documents you requested. Ah, excellent. Leave them here and close the door behind you. The priest places the documents on the desk and quickly exits. Cardinal Alexander begins to sort through the papers, his eyes gleaming with ambition. Vatican Garden. Cardinal Alexander strolls through the gardens, his hands clasped behind his back. He encounters another cardinal, Cardinal Giovanni, a man of integrity and faith. Good afternoon, Alexander. You seem deep in thought. Ah, Giovanni, just contemplating the future of our church. So much potential, wouldn't you agree? Indeed, but we must be cautious. The path to leadership is fraught with challenges. Cardinal Alexander. Challenges, yes, but also opportunities. We must seize them if we are to guide our flock effectively. Interior Vatican Library, evening. Cardinal Alexander sits in a dimly lit corner of the library, surrounded by ancient texts and documents. He pores over records, searching for information that can aid his ascent to power. He finds a letter, yellowed with age, that hints at a scandal involving a prominent cardinal. Cardinal Alexander, whispering to himself, interesting, very interesting. He carefully folds the letter and tucks it into his robe. His mind races with possibilities as he contemplates how to use this information to his advantage. Interior, private quarters. Cardinal Alexander sits at his desk, writing a letter. His pen moves swiftly across the parchment, his expression one of determination and calculation. Cardinal Alexander, writing, to the esteemed members of the College of Cardinals, it has come to my attention that certain indiscretions have occurred within our sacred institution. I believe it is our duty to address these matters with the utmost seriousness. He seals the letter with wax, pressing his ring into the hot wax. His eyes gleam with satisfaction as he leans back in his chair. Cardinal Alexander, one step closer. Interior Vatican Hall. The College of Cardinals gathers for a meeting. Cardinal Alexander takes his seat, his expression calm and composed. The atmosphere is tense as the cardinals discuss the recent allegations and the need for new leadership. Angry. These accusations are serious. We must investigate thoroughly. Indeed, but we must also consider the future of our church. Stability and strong leadership are paramount. Alexander, you seem unusually eager to discuss leadership. Do you have something to say? Only that I believe we need a leader who can guide us through these turbulent times with wisdom and strength, someone who understands the complexities of our position. The cardinals exchange glances, sensing the undercurrents of ambition in Alexander's words. Interior, Cardinal Alexander's quarters, evening. Cardinal Alexander meets with a group of influential cardinals in secret. The room is dimly lit and the atmosphere is conspiratorial. We have the opportunity to bring about real change. Together, we can ensure the future of our church, but we must act swiftly and decisively. We support you, Alexander, but how do you propose we move forward? We must secure the votes of the undecided. I have certain information that can be persuasive, and we must also ensure that our supporters are well informed of our plans. This is a dangerous game, Alexander. Are you sure it's worth the risk? For the future of our church, it is worth any risk. We cannot allow indecision to weaken us. Interior, Vatican Hall. Conclave Voting Day. The College of Cardinals gathers to vote for the new pope. The atmosphere is thick with anticipation. Cardinal Alexander stands with his supporters, exuding confidence. One by one, the cardinals cast their votes. Voting. May the best candidate lead us. As the votes are counted, it becomes clear that Cardinal Alexander has secured a majority. The announcement is made, and the hall erupts in applause and murmurs of approval. Cardinal Angelo, congratulations, Your Holiness. Thank you, Angelo. We have much work to do. Interior, Papal Palace, night. Pope Alexander VI sits in his newly appointed chambers, the grandeur of the room reflecting his newfound power. He looks out the window, the city of Rome spread out before him. The weight of his position settles on his shoulders, but his resolve is unshaken. Pope Alexander VI, to himself, I have achieved what I set out to do. Now I must ensure that my reign is strong and unchallenged. Interior, Papal Palace, private dining room, night. Pope Alexander VI sits at a lavish table, surrounded by his closest confidants. His concubine, dressed in luxurious silks, sits by his side, and his children Cesare and Lucrezia are present. The atmosphere is one of celebration and indulgence. Pope Alexander VI, to power, to family, and to the future of our church. To power, Father, you have shown us what true ambition can achieve. We are proud of you, Father. The church is in strong hands. The Pope's concubine leans in, her eyes filled with admiration. My love, you have achieved so much, but remember, with great power comes great responsibility. I am well aware, and I will ensure that our legacy is secure. As the family continues to celebrate, the Pope's mind remains focused on the challenges ahead. He knows that his path to power was paved with ambition and cunning, but he is determined to lead the church through the darkness and into a future of strength and unity.